If people had the same creativity and art as they did in coming up with bullshit excuses, we would live in a fucking utopia. What's up, y'all? This is Chico. Welcome back to another one of my concepts. This is part 2 of the reasons why you're broke. If you haven't checked out the first part yet, please do. It will be greatly appreciated. Fast food is an issue that's killing a lot of people financially. Eating it every once in a while is fine, but eating it regularly isn't. Making your own food is not only cheaper but healthier as well. Many people think that they have to make small meals every day, but there's a better option instead: making larger meals. It allows you to have leftovers that you can use throughout the week, and it lets you save time for preparing meals. Though it might not taste as good since it's no longer fresh, depending on what it is, it'll be alright. For example, you can cook beans, rice, or soup. These can last a few days and still be good. Just make sure to put them in a proper environment and make enough for yourself and however many people you live with. This will be cheaper than relying on fast food and making a new meal every day. If you can't cook, then it's a good idea to learn how. It will be hard, frustrating, and messy, but that's life in general. In life, you'll have to put up with some challenges in order to achieve success. In this case, the challenge is cooking and saving money is your success. There are plenty of ways to learn how to cook, whether it's taking classes, watching videos, or someone else teach you. It's a resource that's easily accessible, yet most refuse to learn. Splurging in general is also a problem people have, whether it's buying some expensive ass shoes, buying rims for your car, or some other random shit. This is a problem that should be very easy to solve, yet it's a big problem for so many people. Some people complain about not being able to pay bills or whatever, but they're the same person dropping $300 on some dumbass shoes. There are plenty of reasons why people might want to splurge, but one of them is looking rich, which is ironically doing the opposite. People might see through the facade, which makes the whole reason of splurging collapse. Not only that, but you're trying to look good for people that you barely even know, all at the cost of yourself. So in the end, what's the point of trying to look rich? Most people who are rich don't even splurge in the first place. Maybe for a holiday like Christmas or a birthday they might splurge, but overall they don't really splurge much. The rich become successful because they don't carelessly spend everything. They manage to save their money and then invest it. What's the point of making a seven-figure salary if you spend it all? You don't become rich by only making money. You become rich by saving it as well. For those who splurge impulsively, all I can say is try to learn some self-control. It'll be hard to learn, but being broke will be worse. The area you live in also affects your financial situation. If you live in an area like California and New York, you're screwed. Everything over there is so expensive. Things such as rent, food, and general shopping are all expensive as all hell. Depending on where you go, tacos in New York are about $5 each. Not only that, but they barely have anything on them. Chances are you get a small line of meat with 2 pieces of onion and cilantro, and 2 quarter pieces of fucking lime to share among 3 people. Where I live, you can get tacos for $2.50 and get a fuck ton of meat, onion, cilantro, and lime. Some argue it's more expensive because people get paid more, but this is not a good way to look at it because it's not proportional at all. Where I'm from, the minimum wage is $7 an hour, while minimum wage in California and New York is 15 an hour, which is closer to the pay of high schoolers over here. The average wage over here is about $21 an hour, while in New York it's about $22 an hour, and in California it's about 36 an hour. Taxes are another thing that are affected by the area you live in as well. Different areas tax differently, so it's important to know how you're taxed compared to other areas. Whether or not you should move is up to you. Just make sure to weigh your options thoroughly. The point is that the area you live in will affect your cost of living and as a result, your financial situation. It might be redundant to say this, but saving money is extremely important. You might hear it all the time but not take it seriously. Saving money is easy, but many fail to do it for one reason or another. People tend to fail to recognize the difference between wants and needs. As a result, they spend their money on things they convince themselves are needs, but fail to put money into the things that are actually their needs. There is something called the 50-30-20 budget rule: 50% on needs, 30% on wants, and 20% on savings. I believe that wants and savings should be reversed, but overall, I think it's something that people should consider more. If you want, you can alter it in your own way, but for the average person, I think it's a decent rule to live by. There are different types of financial plans out there, and I think it's a good idea for you guys to look into them if you're trying to get better at budgeting. I just want you guys to be better at saving your money so you can become financially healthy. There are different ways to improve your financial situation. Spending less and saving more is a good way to improve it, but there are other ways as well. You can look into IRAs or Roth IRAs, money markets, certificate of deposits, bonds, and stocks. There are plenty of ways to make or save money. You just have to do research to find what method best fits you so that you know what you're doing. Choose the path that best fits the levels of risk you're willing to take, while also choosing the path that best fits the money you want to make. There are plenty of tools online that can help you out with these decisions. Just make sure to think about these decisions carefully and consider talking to someone else about it as well so that you can make the best choice possible. At the end of the day, what matters is that you're happy and financially stable. Do what makes you happy, just make sure to be smart about the choices you make. Sometimes you're going to have to make sacrifices. Just know it will be worth it later down the line.
A não ser a vontade de te encontrar, o motivo já ninguém